You are listening to the Elite Sports Show with your host, Knoxville's own Sam Moore, and my co-host, New Jersey's crown jewel, Anthony Tawota. And we're going. So, I don't know, I guess we'll go ahead and jump into some NBA scores from Saturday. I just now realized this was a double overtime game, but the Pelicans beat the Nets in double overtime, 138-128. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some stats pulled up on that. Anthony Davis had that big game. He had 44 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocks. I seem to remember he had more blocks than that. Anthony Davis really controlled this game. Spencer Dinwiddie had another good game for him. 24 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds. Alan Crabb had a pretty good game, 28 points. He was 10 for 24 shooting. Jesus. Well, Spencer Dinwiddie was 5 for 22 from the field.
Yeah, that's not much better.
But he was 12 for 12 from the free throws, so that makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah.
We had the Bucks. They beat the Magic 111-104. That was at Orlando. That Pelicans Nets game was in Brooklyn. 76ers beat the Clippers at home 112-98. Clippers went on a fucking win streak somehow after they traded Blake Griffin away. Yeah. I think that might say a lot about the status of that locker room when he was there. Maybe.
Maybe.
The Mavs beat the Lakers in Isaiah Thomas's first game with the Lakers. Don't really know how he did. Let's see how he did in that game. That score was 130-23. It was in Dallas. And, of course, Isaiah came off the bench. He went 7 for 12 points from the field, 22 points, 50% from three-point, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Julius Randle had 26 points. He was 10 for 14 from the field. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Dirk had 22 off 8 for 11, 100% from three. Dwight Powell had 19 points off the bench. He was 8 for 12, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Let's go ahead and move ahead here, though. But the Warriors beat the Spurs at home, 122-105. Curry got hurt in that game, or so I heard.
Yeah, he tweaked his ankle.
Yeah,
in that
so
game.
I heard. LaMarcus Aldridge, Carl Anderson.
Yeah.
I have wrestling on my mind. Fucking Kyle Anderson. Both had 20 points. Klay Thompson had 25. It was it was a pretty normal game for the most part. No crazy stat lines for that one. But the last game we had last night, Nuggets beat the Suns in Phoenix, 123-113. I guess the Nuggets were on a losing streak too.
Yeah. Seems
we do have one game underway right now. It's Raptors at Hornets, and I think that one's pretty much over. It's in the third. The third quarter's almost over. It's 90-71 Raptors, or 90-74 Raptors. Sorry, just updated. And then later today we've got Pistons, Hawks, Cavs, Celtics. Paul Pierce is getting his number and jersey retired for the Celtics today.
Yeah.
So we'll be watching that here in a little bit.
Yes.
We got Knicks, Pacers, Mavericks at the Rockets, Kings at the Wolves, Grizzlies at Thunder, and Jazz at the Trailblazers. I guess this is the first episode. We're already on the subject of NBA. We should go ahead and throw out our allegiances in the league.
Yeah.
I'm a Grizzlies Celtics fan. Something you'll learn from this is most of my fandom throughout sports. I'll have a team in each conference. Some people don't like that. Some people don't care.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm not the biggest NBA fan in the world, but I always loved Russell Westbrook, especially coming out of college and going to OKC. So OKC would be my West team.
Yeah.
And the East team, I don't really have that like a surefire favorite, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Boston.
Yeah.
Because obviously, growing up seeing Garnett and Paul Pierce win that NBA title.
Yeah, that big
the Lakers,
that big three when we were kids was
especially growing up, I hated the Lakers. Honestly, just hated them, and to see Boston win that, was great.
Yep. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to some college basketball action from last night. Some top 25 scores. Villanova beat Butler at home, 86-75. So they're tearing through the Big East, tearing through, doing a real good job this year.
Except St. John's.
Yeah, except St. John's. Giant killers there.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech actually beat Virginia for a Virginia home game, 61-60. So number 2 goes down. And then right after that, number 3 goes down, but it's to number 4. It's Purdue losing to Michigan State at Michigan State, 68-65. Michigan State's 4th ranked, but Purdue also just lost to Ohio State.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think they'll drop, but I don't think they're going to drop by that much.
Probably like.
I don't think
barely.
they'll fall out of the top 10.
Yeah, they'll probably drop down like number 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
At
I don't think they'll
worst.
drop out of the top 10. But Xavier beats Creighton on the road, 72-71. Barely got this one out. I haven't watched a lot. Have you watched any of Creighton this year?
No.
I don't know if they're any good. I mean, they're 18-7, but they're 8-5 in the conference.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't really pay attention to the Big East that much.
Yeah.
Unless it's like big game like Villanova versus
Yeah,
Xavier or
yeah.
something like that.
but some Big 12 action. 7 Texas Tech beats Kansas State on the road, 66-47. Nothing anyone's surprised with that score.
Yeah. I mean, it's Kansas State.
We're moving to the SEC for a little bit as Auburn goes to Georgia and takes that win pretty handily, 78-61. They just lost to
Texas A&M.
Texas
Yeah,
A&M earlier this week, so maybe them dismantling Georgia the way they did will help them out just a little bit. I don't think they're in any danger. They're
Yeah.
pretty
They're not-
much surefire winning the regular season SEC
Yeah,
title this year.
I don't see them losing any, but I don't see them losing more than maybe 2 games. And
Yeah.
especially with Tennessee being like them in Florida being the main threat. I just don't
Yeah.
see Tennessee.
They'll take the regular season title easily. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any way that Tennessee could overtake that because Tennessee's the only team in the
Tennessee,
standings
yeah,
for it
yeah.
that could even come close. But I
Maybe
don't think.
Florida.
Yeah, maybe Florida. Auburn would have to fuck up real bad to
Yeah.
not take the regular season title. At
For
this
Tennessee
point.
Tennessee, we would have to win out, and Auburn would have to lose 3 games.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that happening,
Yeah.
especially with the way Auburn is.
Yeah,
And yeah, pretty much the hope now is go get a double bye,
get a
one of the
good
top
run
4
through
seeds.
the.
Win at least 5 of these last 6 games, get a top 4 finish in the SEC standings, and
Yeah.
get that double bye in the SEC tournament, and then try to win that. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's talking about Tennessee, of course.
Yeah.
We'll move back into the Big 12 for a little bit. We've got Kansas. Their struggles continue in terms of Kansas basketball program because for some teams this would be a good year, but for Kansas this is
It's a pretty bad year.
it's a year of it's been nothing but struggle. They lost. How many games have they lost at home this year after not
They lo-
losing so many?
Yeah, they lost like Arizona State at
Yeah,
home and stuff like
yeah.
that. They've lost 6 games. I think they've lost at least 4 of those at home.
Yeah. They're 19-6, 8-4 in the Big 12. That's fucking crazy. They might not even win the conference this year.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely not
Yeah,
in the conference. There's at least a few other teams that are better than Kansas
Yeah.
right now.
But they
the Big
go
12.
to Waco, lose to Baylor 80-64 to a not so great Baylor team.
Yeah, they're
so that's
bottom of the Big 12.
yeah, that's concerning. If I'm a Kansas fan, that's concerning to me.
Yeah.
But we move on. Gonzaga travels to St. Mary's, battle of number 11 versus number 12, and Gonzaga wins it pretty handily, 78-65. And of course, St. Mary's is on that 19-game win streak.
Yeah.
So
that's ended with that loss to
That is
Gonzaga.
over. I don't makes Gonzaga look really good, but I don't think St. Mary's is going to suffer from this.
Yeah, they're gonna.
They might drop to number 12
Yeah, something like that.
if they drop at all.
Yeah.
We move to the Pac-12 as USC travels to Arizona, and they get beat by the 13th ranked Wildcats, 81-67. Arizona's a team I haven't really paid much attention to, but every time I see them, they're always beating whoever it is they're playing by a pretty good amount.
Except they lost to UCLA the other day.
Yeah.
That's the only time I saw them where they freaking lost to whoever they were playing.
Yeah. We talked about them a little bit earlier when we were talking about Purdue, but Ohio State took on Iowa at home and beat them 82-64. Not surprised by this. Iowa is not a good team.
Yeah.
They're 12 for 15. They're 3 for 11. 3-11 in the Big Ten. That is not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
That is not good. Not
Yeah, I
good
know-
for the brand.
I mean, I understand the Big Ten's good basketball conference, but man, Iowa, we've known you for years, and
Yeah.
you've always put a good product on the court. This is just a down year
Yeah,
for the
it's
Hawkeyes.
really down year. I think I would go out on a limb. This one and the next game we're going to talk about are maybe the biggest surprise losses for a team
in the top 25.
last night in the top 25. Yeah, Alabama beats Tennessee 78-50 at home.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you know us, we're huge Tennessee fans.
Yes, we are.
So that sucked, but I think it'll help Tennessee more. And we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah,
I think
we
it'll
talked about
help.
this on
I
the
think
ride
it'll
home.
help Tennessee more in the long run, losing now.
Yeah, especially
to-
losing in the fashion they did. I know Rick Barnes, and he's gonna get that team. Like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
you need to get your heads in check because we got our asses kicked yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I understand Alabama's a good team, but damn,
And
there's no reason you should be losing by almost 30 to Alabama.
yeah, and that's a bad win, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to hurt Tennessee that much because
Yeah.
they just beat Kentucky and Rupp Arena earlier this week. So I don't even think they're going to fall. If anything, I think they'll just stay.
Yeah, probably just stay
Ranked
at
15.
15, especially with what we're about to talk about here in just a second.
Yep. And we move back to the Big 12 for a couple games actually. But Oklahoma travels to Ames, Iowa, and loses to Iowa State 88-80.
Trey Young, where you at?
And that's Oklahoma's third straight loss. Third straight
Yeah.
for Oklahoma. That's crazy. But yeah, they travel to Ames, lose to Iowa State.
Yeah,
That's a shocker.
yeah.
I didn't see that one coming. I mean, Iowa State's.
They're better than a 13-11 record. But
Yeah, they really are.
Damn.
Their record doesn't show how good that team actually is, but at the same time,
come on, you're Oklahoma.
you can't be losing those games. Move on into the Big 12 once again, and another ranked team from the Big 12 loses.
Yeah.
Not a good week for ranked teams if you're in the Big 12.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
Oklahoma State goes to West Virginia and beats them 88-85. I don't understand.
Yeah,
You just don't want to be ranked if you're in the Big 12 at this point.
because I guess it's just upset.
It's a curse.
Yeah,
You don't if you're in the Big 12, don't get ranked.
yeah. Just
Don't do
stay in the stay outside the top 25. You'll win.
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah. We moved to the American Athletic Conference. I didn't realize Wichita State was in the AAC in basketball. But Wichita State taking on UConn at home. Really down year for UConn this year, I think. But
Yeah.
Wichita State beats them 95-74. That was expected, I thought.
Yeah.
We go to the Mountain West. Number 23 Nevada defeats San Diego State at home 83-58. I know nothing about these two teams.
Yeah. I don't know anything.
I've heard a little bit about Nevada, but
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 21-5 and 10-2 in the conference.
Yeah. Do not know.
And then we move on to SEC once again with another upset loss,
Yeah.
and Kentucky's third straight loss
Yeah.
as they lose to Texas A&M on the road 85-74. What the fuck is happening?
It's just
Look, are we in a different universe?
apparently, yeah. But the thing is, look, Kentucky fans, you guys just aren't that good.
No, it's a really down year for the
Yeah.
Wildcats.
You guys just are not as talented. This is, other than that year that Noel tore his ACL,
Yeah,
and they went to the NIT. This is the worst team Calipari's ever had.
yeah,
Other than that team,
yeah. This is the first time in the Calipari era that they've lost 3 straight games.
yeah. This it's just you guys aren't gonna. You guys are still getting the NCAA tournament, but you guys are just screwed after.
Yeah.
It's just not. Good
It's
year.
not a good. Yeah, it's not a good year for them.
I mean, the good news is probably that at least you guys, like, your players are probably not going to go to the NBA. They are
No.
not NBA players.
They should be able to retain most of this team.
Yeah.
Simply because of how bad the year's been, and they're going to hopefully, I would imagine they would think, we haven't had a good year. We're not showing a lot of the talent that we actually have to scouts. We need to stay another year.
Yeah.
So they may get lucky with that, or they
Yeah.
may just get stuck with that one and done curse, or
Yeah.
not really a curse. I mean, they've done it to themselves, but
Yeah. That's what Calipari's known for.
yeah.
Ever since, like, even UMass, they had a couple guys go to the freaking NBA after
Yeah.
one done fucking year.
Yeah, it's a down year for Kentucky. They're 17-8, 6-6 in the SEC. Same record as Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that at this point in the season, Kentucky and Texas A&M would have the same records.
Yeah. Especially after the way.
Because if you told me that, I'd be like, wow, Texas A&M is second in the conference.
Yeah.
If you didn't give me the records, you didn't give me the numbers, you just said that Kentucky and A&M had the same record, I'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
Texas A&M's second in the conference.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yes, it is.
But no, they're meddling around in the middle of the conference.
Yeah.
Close out the top 25 for men's basketball. As Miami travels to Boston, takes on Boston College, and they lose 72-70.
Just down. down game for Miami.
Yeah.
And it's back and forth the whole way too. So
Yeah. But that's just ACC's having one of those weird years as well.
yeah,
We have any games today?
yeah, we got.
We do have one underway, one that's about to end. It's about a minute from ending. So by the time this gets up, you'll know the final score before we will. But it's Michigan taking on Wisconsin in Wisconsin, and they're up 75-66 with a minute and 1 second left. So it looks like Michigan will take that win. And that's number 20, Michigan. At 4 o'clock, we got number 6, Cincinnati, taking on SMU on the road at SMU. Cincinnati's one of those weird teams that I didn't really expect to be this good, but they're 22-2 and undefeated in conference play.
Yeah.
If
they went out, they might honestly get a number 1 seed. Depends how.
Yeah.
Depends how it goes.
I didn't expect Cincinnati to be this good.
Yeah, if they went out, they're number 1 seed in the tournament.
And then we've got Duke taking on Georgia Tech in Atlanta at 6 o'clock. It's all Eastern time. That game's on ESPN if you want to check that one out. Duke coming off that loss to North Carolina.
I don't expect anything but a Duke win here. I mean, Georgia Tech's just not good.
No, if you're going into this game and you're expecting Georgia Tech to actually beat Duke, you need to go get your head checked.
Yeah, I mean, I understand they lost to St. John's, but Jesus, there's no way.
They may have lost to St. John's. Villanova lost to St. John's. Yeah. The number 1 team in the country.
Yeah. I mean, Coach K, you got to get your shit together, man. You can't be losing to freaking Georgia Tech. Man.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't expect anything but a Duke win in that one. Did we talk about NBA games for today?
We already did.
Did we? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move to the NHL. You get some scores from last night, and we'll talk about. We got 9 games up today as well. So we'll start this one off. Let's go ahead and give our allegiances for the NHL since it's first up, so we got to get this stuff out of the way. I'm a diehard Bruins fan. Have been since I was a kid. Always will be. No, I'm from Tennessee. Preds are playing someone I don't like. I'll root for them.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the Preds, but Bruins have always been my team. And that's what kicks this one off. Is Buffalo beats Boston in Boston 4-2.
Yeah. Pretty much my allegiances. Pretty much, believe me and my dad, the first thing we ever bonded on when I was just a little kid was sports. So I just followed every single team he went through.
Same thing with me.
Yeah. And pretty much my allegiances, Washington Capitals. My dad, ever since he followed them ever since they began as a franchise back in the 70s. And whenever I moved here when I was a little kid, I ended up being a Predators fan because local Tennessee. And just Capitals and Predators. They're my 2 diehards. NHL is my second favorite sport overall.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the best sport to watch live, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're not going to miss out on any hockey scores or news or anything like that on this show because
we talk about NHL a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, Buffalo beats Bruins 4-2. So that sucks, but it's all right. We're still second in the division.
1 game.
It's 1 game, not a big deal. I think we have a good chance of overtaking Tampa Bay, even though they won last night. But let's go ahead and move on as Toronto beats the Senators or at home, rather, not on the road. 6-3. So that's a high scoring game.
Yeah.
Preds beat the Canadiens in a shootout 3-2.
We're starting to play. Yeah. I know
we're starting to get in the groove.
Yeah.
We're starting to get in the groove.
It's kind of so hockey right now. We had a couple overtime losses up at the north of the border. But we're getting in that stretch. I'm hoping that at least we could beat the Blues tomorrow night, and hopefully that starts a run. Still 28 games left in the year, so we gotta at least win over well over half of them to be able to take the Central Division. But we're ahead in the standings. We're top of the division. So
yep, you guys are in a good place to make another good playoff run, make another run at the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So. I'd like to see that. It was really nice seeing the state of Tennessee actually turn into whether it be fair weather or not, actually start paying attention to hockey.
Yeah.
Because it's a sport that gets looked over. It's the same as soccer here. I just wish hockey would get a little bit more recognition in this state because it's really it's a great sport.
Yeah.
A lot of people just judge it because there's fighting involved, and if you watch football, there's no reason you can't watch hockey. If you think hockey's too violent, then you shouldn't be watching football either.
Yeah.
Same thing to me. Moving on. Blue Jackets beat the Devils 6-1. Jesus Christ. That's a murder. That's just awful.
I mean, Blue Jackets, man.
Yeah.
Just, you don't know what you're gonna get from them.
No, they're
The Caps have
they're
beaten
very
them twice in like the last week, and
Yeah.
then they just kill the Devils on their own home ice.
yeah, they're a very inconsistent team. And then Tampa Bay beats the Kings in 4-3. LA's having a bit of a down year this year.
Yeah,
A lot of the bigger, you know, the powerhouses past few years are having a down year this year.
Yeah.
Same with the Blackhawks, which we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Carolina beats the Avalanche 3-1. It's a game
Yeah.
that doesn't really have a lot of
Yeah.
merit to it, honestly.
Yeah, not really. I mean, Carolina's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Colorado's not going to be doing that much as I see it. You know, we brought up the Blackhawks just now, and we're going to go ahead and say they got shut out by the Minnesota Wild 3-0.
They're last in the Central. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
They're
The
so
Blackhawks.
consistent every single year. It's like, what is going on in Chicago?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining or anything because
No.
fuck the city of Chicago.
But yeah, Blackhawks are last in Central. What the fuck is happening?
Just one of those years.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Yeah.
moving on, the Flyers beat the Coyotes. Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Flyers beat the Coyotes in a shootout 4-3. God, I didn't realize how bad Arizona was this year.
They're always bad. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I know they're always bad. I didn't realize
Yeah.
they were that bad this year, though. 13, 32, and 10.
Yeah.
Got 36 points. That's awful.
Yeah, they're the worst team, straight up worst team in the NHL.
Man.
Second,
I mean, I knew they were bad. I just didn't know they were that bad this year.
they're just terrible this year.
But, yep. Sharks beat the Oilers last game from last night, 6-4. That's another one of those games. I mean, San Jose's in like a decent spot. They're like third, fourth.
Yeah, they're third, fourth in the Pacific Division
Yeah.
right now. They're doing well.
But yeah, those are some scores from last night. We got 9 games tonight.
None of them started yet.
None of them started yet. No, they are starting actually.
Yeah, actually.
A couple of these are starting right now
Yeah.
here in a couple seconds. But Caps are taking on the Red Wings. Big game for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Playing a bad Red Wings
yeah,
team
really bad Red
should
Wings
be able to
team.
win. If you don't, I don't know. We're having our inconsistencies this year. Somehow we're ahead in the division. We're ahead in the Metropolitan somehow. Even though we're gonna choke. I'm not surprised at all if we choke again in the playoffs, but it's kind of expected at this point.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Well, I hope you guys can make a run.
eventually, yeah.
But the other 3:00 game, it's all Eastern time, of course. But Jets taking on the Rangers.
Rangers bottom in the division.
Yeah,
Who would have thought that? I mean,
yeah. Should be an easy week for Winnipeg. I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's at home.
Yeah.
They're favored 240. That's the line on it. 4:00 we got Dallas taking on the Canucks. The Canucks. Home game for Dallas. They're a pretty good team this year. They're doing
Yeah.
pretty good this year. It should be an easy win for Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Sabres taking on the Avalanche. 7:00.
Up in Buffalo.
It's a game that.
No one really cares about.
Yeah. Bruins take on the Devils in New Jersey. The Lions got Boston 155. I would love a win tonight. That's all I need. after the day we had yesterday. Good God, I need a win tonight.
Terrible.
We got Calgary taking on the New York Islanders. 7:00 as well. It's in New York. I got Calgary for reasons. No real reason for me to think Calgary will beat them, but I just think it'll be Calgary.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
And then we've got the Flyers against the first-year Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Golden Knights, best team in the West.
Yeah.
Not by much. Preds are almost there, but man.
I mean, I'm obviously picking Vegas in this game.
Yeah.
But
especially at home against Philly.
It's crazy how a team in their first year can be this dominant.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Thing is, they've had like injuries the whole year.
Yeah.
Like they've had several players go down. Like even Marc-Andre Fleury went down at some point, and they still kept winning.
Yeah.
Like, geez.
And then the last game, or the Vegas Flyers game and this game are both at 8 o'clock tonight. Sharks at Ducks. Got Anaheim. Simply because it's Anaheim playing at home.
Yeah.
If this was San Jose in San Jose, I'd be taking San Jose.
Mm.
Because it's a home game for Anaheim. I've got the Ducks. And there actually was a game that is already over for today.
Yeah.
And it's the Penguins beating the Blues.
Fuck Pittsburgh.
Yep. So that's all we got for the NHL.
Yeah. Should be an interesting last couple months of the year.
Yep. And then we had a pretty big signing yesterday in the MLB.
Yeah.
Yu Darvish signing a 6-year, like $125 million deal
With the Cubs.
with the
yeah.
Cubs. I think it was $125 million. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, me neither.
I understand Arrieta's starting to show a little bit of wear and tear, a little bit of age on him. But I think I'd rather have Jake Arrieta than I would Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
Because Yu Darvish spent, 7 years in that Japanese league?
Yeah.
And they really, they wear you down
Yeah.
over there, from what I've heard. And Darvish is 31,
Something like
I
that.
think,
yeah.
something like that. And they signed him to a 6-year deal. So, in their mind, they're wanting to keep this guy from 31 to 37.
Yeah.
I can't agree with that.
I can't either.
That's just not something that
I understand Darvish is a good pitcher, but I mean, guys.
But for how
getting
much longer
old.
will he be a good pitcher?
He's not gonna be that old. He's not gonna be that much longer.
Yeah. I don't think 6 years from now you're going to be...
He's
I don't
not gonna
think
be on
6
the
years from
Cubs
now-
6 years from
No.
now.
I don't think 6 years from now he'll be a Cub. And if he is, I don't think that the Cubs front office will be happy about that contract 6 years from now. So no, I don't agree with that signing. I think they should have just re-signed Jake Arrieta. Maybe a little biased with that. That's okay. We'll get into that later. But really, all unbiased opinions, I think they should have just re-signed Arrieta.
Yeah.
And if another team wants to pick up Yu Darvish, they can. But I don't think. I personally would rather have Arrieta than Darvish, and I've said that in 6 different ways already. But yeah, I just don't agree with the signing. Oh, it's right there. It's $126 million over 6 years, so I was off by $1 million. But yeah, spring training. Pitchers and catchers report later this week. I think it's the 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
Or 14th and 15th, either one of those.
One of those, yeah.
But yeah, they do report. Pitchers and catchers report later this week, and then 1 week from today, next Sunday, position players report.
Yeah.
So we'll have full spring training it'll be all underway next Sunday. God, I miss baseball.
Yeah, me too. Coming back.
Oh, man, I miss baseball. I don't think there's any team that starts at a really strange time. I think they all start pretty much
Yeah.
pitchers and catchers report 13th, 14th. Position players are 18th or 19th. Actually, there's a couple teams that are a little different. The Mets, and we didn't even talk about our MLB allegiances.
Yeah.
But I'm a Red Sox fan, and Tony is a Mets fan.
Yeah. Go Mets, baby.
But yeah, we try to stay unbiased with this. But yeah, the Pirates and the Mets pitchers and catchers report on the 12th, so tomorrow.
Yeah.
And their position players report on the 17th. Actually, no, the Mets are the only team. No. I'm getting ahead of myself. The Tigers and the Mets position players report on the 17th, and then every other team in the league is 18th or 19th. So. Mets and Pirates pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. Every other team will be Tuesday and Wednesday. And then 17th will be Mets.
Yeah.
Mets, Pirates position players reporting, and then the rest of the league will be 18th and 19th. So spring training is getting underway. I'm excited.
Thank God.
Should we run through the leagues? Who's in which league?
Not really.
I feel like it's a lot of talking for something that I don't think a lot of people are going to watch, really. Yeah. Same thing from last year, Cactus League, Grapefruit League, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited for baseball.
Yeah. Me too.
College baseball starts this week as well.
Yeah, I got Tennessee. They're playing this Friday. It's Friday night. They're opening up the season, the three-game
series.
homestand against Maryland.
Yeah.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Curious about the baseball team.
I'm very very curious. Just obviously, Serrano just left, which was a very disappointing coach in my opinion with as much hype as he had coming in. I don't really know. I didn't think to look up who starts when or who starts against who, but yeah, college baseball starts later this week. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I miss watching baseball. Number 3 sport for me, I guess.
Yeah, number 3 for
Number
me.
3, number 4. I'd probably have to say football, basketball, hockey, baseball.
Yeah,
in
for
that
me.
order for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it'd be football, hockey, baseball, basketball.
Yeah. As far as traditional sports
Yeah.
go, and you add in stuff like pro wrestling and MMA and stuff like that, it gets switched up a little bit. But and then we got one more thing to talk about. I think. Am I missing out on anything?
Nah, I think we just got one thing to talk
All right.
about.
We got the XFL.
Yeah,
So
let's go XFL.
a couple weeks ago, that was announced. McMahon. Vince McMahon came out, did a press conference.
Yeah.
I watched it while driving. Maybe not the safest thing to do.
Yeah.
But I had to see it. I really wanted to see it. So yeah, he pretty much said, they're gonna try to eliminate half times. They're gonna try to make the games faster. I feel like they'll eliminate kickoffs in some way, but I hope they don't do that
I don't.
stupid scramble
Yeah.
thing that they did before.
Yeah.
But he did the most important thing, and that's what we're going to talk about now. And I didn't even tell you we were going to do this. So I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah. Oh well.
He said there were going to be 8 teams to start off the XFL, and that starts in 2020. It'll be a spring league. And I don't think we have really talked. I mean, we watched like a couple videos on it. And
Yeah.
There's one video in particular that was pretty funny.
Yeah. He was saying there was this guy. He's like, he had to have been younger than us. He had to be at least 14 or 15, saying that cities like Hartford, Connecticut, and Providence, Rhode Island
Yeah.
should get XFL teams. Like, are you kidding me?
But the cherry on top was saying that they should put a team in the Bronx.
Oh my, yeah. Be that tri-star, like that Northeast, like huge 3-team rivalry.
Yeah.
It's like, why? No, that's not happening.
But yeah, I think we're gonna let's shoot around some ideas for cities they could go to. Realistic cities, not like don't just throw out Knoxville and be like, well, they're gonna come here because realistically, the XFL is not gonna come to Knoxville.
Yeah. I don't even think the University of Tennessee would let them use Neyland Stadium
No, and I think even if they did, I think Neyland's too big,
for an XFL.
and they couldn't play at Coliseum.
Yeah, obviously.
That's just not big enough. There's nowhere they could play unless they
Yeah.
can't play at TBA. There's
Yeah.
no way to play at TBA
Unless it became the XF Arena Football
Yeah.
League.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it a little bit. Obviously, you want to avoid
Bismack,
NFL
North Dakota.
NFL teams.
Yeah.
Uh,
You don't want to be in the middle of Charlotte, North Carolina, or
yeah,
New
I mean you
York.
don't want to put a team down in Jacksonville or
Yeah.
Green Bay or something like that, where nobody's going to give a shit.
Yeah. Because all they care about is the Packers.
Yeah, and the obvious ones: San Diego,
Yeah. San Antonio.
St. Louis, San Antonio.
Just cities where you used to have an NFL team and then they decided to just move.
Yeah,
Or a city like San Antonio just never had.
yeah,
that
and they've obviously
chance.
proven they're a loyal fan base with the Spurs and
Yeah.
everything like that. So those are the 3 obvious ones. So really, we only have five to choose from.
Yeah.
My number 1 pick, honestly, out of everything, is Memphis.
Yeah.
Just look at Grizzlies fans.
Yeah.
I mean, we suck.
Yeah.
Grizzlies suck this year, and
They're still
fans are still
showing
showing up. So yeah, I think Memphis is a really good spot to put. They had their team there last time the XFL was there. The Maniacs.
Could bring back the Maniacs. You never know.
Yeah, never know who you got.
Yeah.
You go Memphis.
I got
too?
Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my number 1. I mean, obviously, good team.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Very passionate fans out there with the University of Memphis and the Grizzlies, of course.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing. The University of Memphis.
Yeah.
Just look at those two. Look at University of Memphis football, basketball, and then look at the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And then they got that minor league team out there, the Memphis. What are they? Cardinals?
Something like that.
Something like that. Memphis Redbirds, Cardinals, something.
Yeah,
something weird like that.
It's something weird.
But yeah, I think it would be good for the city, and for the team because it's a loyal fan base, like really very passionate.
Yeah.
Well, there's something that like everybody keeps bringing up, and they keep wanting to put a team in New York, but I just don't see why you would want to do that.
You can't compete.
Why would they care? They have 2 NBA teams, kinda.
Yeah.
2 NHL teams, 2 MLS teams, 2 NFL teams, even though they play in Jersey.
Yeah.
And
2 MLB
teams.
You just have so much.
There's
Plus, it's
too
New York
much.
City.
Yeah, there's too much competition.
Yeah.
Like
And
you
not even from sports. From like you got everything in New York.
There's sports,
to do.
there's entertainment. I mean, there's just too much going on in New York for you
Yeah.
to throw another team in there like that, especially from a brand new league.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't really know much about the Hitmen back in the days, but I can't imagine they did good.
no,
Back in
I wouldn't imagine.
It's like, do not put a team in New York.
It's just not a good idea. I don't think it is, at least.
Yeah.
Um,
And not LA either, especially now.
no. Yeah, especially now, but even before that, like if the Chargers had stayed in San Diego and who the fuck the Rams went to stayed in St. Louis, I still don't. It's the same thing with New York.
Yeah.
There's already 2 NBA teams, 2 MLB teams,
Yeah. Just 2 of
an
everything.
a really big NHL team.
Yeah.
And then it's fucking Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You have to give them a reason to care. And LA is pretty notorious for being fair weather
Yeah.
with the Lakers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But because and you can't really fault them.
Yeah.
I mean, you live in LA. Why would you go to watch a sports team that sucks?
Yeah.
Like that's why the Lakers are bigger than the Clippers.
Yeah. Pretty much.
For that reason alone. And I mean, that's obvious, but at the same time, like, if I lived in LA or if I lived in New York, I'm not going to watch a shitty sports team if I can go do other shit
Yeah.
when there's so much going on.
Yeah. Literally, the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is literally right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather go to the fucking beach and get
Yeah.
sunburnt and die of melanoma than
Watch
a
the
shitty
Lakers.
sports team. Shit, I had a bunch on my mind, but they've slipped out of my head.
I got a few.
You go ahead and throw yours out there.
Yeah, my number 2 is probably San Antonio.
Yeah.
Obviously Spurs. 3 would be San Diego, which is the big fuck you to the Chargers in the
Yeah.
NFL.
That was a shitty move.
Yeah.
Would you put another team in Oakland? Would you put an XFL team in Oakland?
I was thinking about it, but I don't know.
Because I don't think I would. I don't know.
Oakland's literally the murder capital of the world. So.
Well, it's not even that.
And the fact that they're so pissed about the Raiders movie, I just want.
It's not. It's not any of that. It's the fact that the Raiders were there for so long. Those fans were obviously passionate for the Raiders. That's maybe the most passionate, loyal fan base in the NFL. But they couldn't build them a stadium.
Yeah.
They had to share a fucking stadium with the Athletics.
Yeah. And
This
the
whole
Athletics
time.
are getting a baseball stadium. They're
Yeah.
getting a new stadium, actually.
So they're giving the A's a new stadium, but they wouldn't give the Raiders a new stadium.
Yeah.
Is what I don't get. So I just
How could you blame them for moving to Las Vegas? Why would you want to play in the fucking Oakland
no, and that's the thing. Like
Coliseum? Like,
the Chargers moving to LA, that pissed me off. The Rams moving to LA, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
The Raiders moving to Las Vegas, I understand.
Yeah.
You can't have. Obviously, the citizens and the fans of Oakland love the Raiders.
Yeah.
But if the city's not going to give back to them, then there's no reason for them to stay there. They can't. You can't play in a stadium like that that's falling apart.
Yeah.
When you've got teams like the Falcons, they've got the brand new stadium.
Yeah.
Seattle's got CenturyLink Field,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful field.
Mhm.
It just doesn't. It
Just
doesn't work like that. Not anymore. Not in this era of football. Not in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Yeah. My number 4 would be St. Louis, and my number 5, oh man, be Providence. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking right. Probably Orlando, Florida. You know. They got
Yeah. I was thinking that too.
whatever stadium that they play this fucking Capital One Bowl in.
Yeah. I think Orlando would be a good pick. Did you put a team in Canada?
No, I'm not putting.
Because we talked about this last night, and because that video we were talking about, he said he gave an honorable mention to Toronto.
Close to putting a team in Canada.
Yeah, and I don't really have an issue with that, depending on what city you put it in.
Vancouver.
Toronto, I wouldn't put it.
Yeah, you got the
Toronto wouldn't work.
You got the Maple Leafs.
You got the Maple Leafs. You got the Blue Jays. It just wouldn't work. Plus, I don't think Toronto's that big on because the Argonauts are not the.
They're not the best Canadian football team. Vancouver.
Put a team in Vancouver.
Yeah, I would.
If those motherfuckers can watch the Grizzlies for as long as they did, they will watch any football team you put out there, I think.
Yeah, I think they would. Hey, could put one in Mexico City if we're going to expand to other countries.
I don't know, dude. Maybe the NFL already took some of the stuff away from the first
Yeah.
run of the XFL, so maybe they'll
Yeah.
listen to him again. I'm not too big on a team in Mexico City though.
Yeah. A lot of.
It's not any of that stuff. It's just I'm not big on putting another team in a different country for the
Yeah.
NFL. I don't know, for whatever reason it doesn't sit well with me. Like if they were to put a team in Canada, it would just feel weird. And I understand they played those like international games in
Yeah.
London and in
Yeah.
Mexico City. Like that's fine. I don't care about
Just don't
that.
put a team there.
Yeah, and for a couple reasons, travel for one,
Yeah.
because everybody keeps talking about how they want the Jags to go to London. Like, well, I guess fuck the other 31 teams in the
Yeah.
league, because now they got to travel all the way to fucking London to
Yeah.
play the Jags, and then for the Jags they got to go back to the states.
Yeah, I mean, that's
play.
not happening.
That's just not a good idea. I don't know, Canada, Mexico. I mean, it would. I don't think it would be too bad because I'm sure they'd be put in the right division. But at the same time, like you look at the NBA, OKC's still in the Pacific or in the Northwest division, and they're in Oklahoma.
Yeah, the
So
NBA,
travel, so they're like division travel sucks.
yeah,
So
the
if the
NBA
NFL
decided
were,
not to do anything about their division.
yeah, so if the NFL were to move like the Raiders into Mexico,
Yeah.
I mean, most of the teams in that division are decently. Well, no, we're talking the AFC West. So you've got Chargers. It's LA. That's not too far.
Yeah, you got the Chiefs. That's the
The
team
Chiefs.
That I
That's
don't know
pretty far.
why.
Broncos. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Like it. It's just a lot of travel. I don't know. Maybe travel just doesn't affect them that much anymore, considering all the technological advances we have now.
Yeah.
But like 30 years ago, no fucking way.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way you could put a team in Mexico.
Yeah. It would just be so terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, moving back into picking a city, we got really off track with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's really hard.
Could always put one in Hartford, Connecticut.
I don't think. I don't think they should put one in New York, but they probably will.
I wouldn't be surprised if McMahon does.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
They'll put a team in that northeast area, in the northeast region. Obviously, they have to.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should put them in New York
Yeah, I don't think they should.
or in Connecticut or Rhode Island. You fucker.
Or Portland, Maine, or some shit like that.
Yeah. But if he doesn't put them in New York, then where are you gonna put it? You gonna put them in Boston?
Yeah, you could just challenge the Patriots right
Yeah,
there.
good idea.
Yeah.
See that's the thing. You have to put them in New York if you want to be in the Northeast, because there's nowhere else you can go. There's nowhere else you can go. You go to Pennsylvania, you got the fucking Steelers and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Where else do you go?
Buffalo maybe, but nah, I doubt they'd support it.
Yeah. You'd have to put it in New York City, because if you put it in Boston, that's immediate team suicide. I don't know. I don't know where they could put a team in the Northeast without putting them in New York. And they obviously have to. I just don't think they should put them in New York, but I don't know where to tell you to put it. There's nowhere else you could
And
put
if you're
it.
gonna challenge the NFL in any city, I would put it in Cleveland, obviously.
See, I thought about that too, but I think they should put it in Columbus.
Yeah, that'd
Just
be
playing that stadium the Crew
Crew.
plays in. Plus, the Crew is probably leaving Columbus for some reason,
Yeah, so they'll have a.
so they'll have that stadium for themselves. I think they should put it in Columbus. Don't put it in Cleveland. Don't put it in Cincinnati, because even though the Browns suck, Cleveland still go to games.
Yeah.
I think put it in Columbus. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should have maybe wrote some of these down before we got into it, because I
Yeah.
can't think of anybody.
Yeah, I can't really.
Yeah. Well, we'll just end it
Oklahoma
there.
City, maybe.
Yeah, Oklahoma City, maybe. I just don't know. I don't have numbers in front of me. I don't have TV numbers. Like,
I don't either.
I'm sure to God they have those analytics where it's like, which non-NFL cities watch the most pro football,
Yeah.
and they're just gonna pick and choose from that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I think that's how they should do it. Now, obviously, TV ratings are different from
Yeah.
attendance numbers. So,
Yeah.
say you move into I don't know, just to shoot the shit here, say you move to like Bismarck, North Dakota,
Yeah.
and they've got really good TV ratings for watching the NFL, but it turns out they don't go to games.
Yeah.
Well, now you're fucked. because now you're fucked.
Yeah.
You can only make so much money off TV ratings, but if you don't got people going to the games, then you're just not going to be able to do anything at all. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll cut it off there.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got for you today, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
These are so fresh.
Playing for the fame, my swag is the only game. Never add water, that shit will drive you insane. Moving up the ladder, to me your shit doesn't matter. Your chick might be bad, but I bet my chick is better. Show you who I'm reppin', nigga, throwing up Knockside. And my nigga Snapback coming in from the north side. Sending out shots on the street, come and get a hit. Then I take your bitch to my place and she let me hit. Blunt rolled up, take a puff and I pass it down. All my niggas with me, 865, that's my hometown. Young Doc on the track, I ain't sippin' on Kool-Aid. That shit's for pussies, I live life on a high grade. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win.
How we do is win. How we do is ball. Bring the rain, 250, I let it out. What the fuck you mean? I do this for real. Young Doc got the Glock, he shooting the kill. Lil Knox ain't the spot, we shooting that wheel. Rolling up, motherfucker, we smoking that kill. I'm a real nigga, shoot to kill niggas like Muslims. Let me murder one of you fuck niggas, we cheap about a dozen. Fucking sister, mother's brother, and I can't forget your cousin. Snap back, I'm the greatest man, Young Doc, we faded. Snap back, I'm the greatest man, Young Doc, we faded. Pussy niggas, they hate it. Pussy niggas, they hate it. I'm down.
Every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Throw the deuces up to bitches, I don't play with fucking cinches. Turn your back on me and I promise that there won't be a witness. Say what you want in your lyrics, I bet no one will hear it. My entire fan base is based on all your critics. Take a shot at the title and see who's at the top. I might not be there yet, but try and make me stop. Say hasta la vista, baby, like I was a Terminator. And I just keep getting bigger like I am a Schwarzenegger. Come at me and you in danger, I'm no pimp, I'm just a player. A snap of my fingers and all my niggas annihilators. I put this pen on the paper and pull my head towards the clouds and imagine the day that I'm in front of a giant crowd. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win.